Well, greetings and salutations, test takers. This is the Series 7 Guru coming to you from my studio here in fabulous Las Vegas with another explication request. We help you with any question. So this is the question that somebody wants some help in. So let's get going on this thing. Customer buys 10 JNT November 75 puts at 11:05. When JNT is at 68, we don't care where JNT is at when we do the trade. What we care is where it's at when we close the trade. I highly recommend that when you particularly have put contracts, that underneath that you write what is the contract specification. So you should know that when you are a buyer or owner or long or the holder of a put contract, what you've established is the choice to sell the stock at the strike price. So I have a choice to sell 1,000 shares of JNT, that's the underlying interest, at any time between now and November. Expiration, third Friday, 11:59 Eastern time. It's a put contract, and for that choice, I paid 11:05. So the question is, at expiration, JNT is 61. What is the profit or loss? Now, again, I always say that what you should do is fire up the T. If you get good at contract specifications, you're just not struggling that's a choice to sell the stock at 75. And you get good at tracking money, whatever they want to know, you're going to have the answer. So I call this, kind of the setup. So we're going to fire up the T, as we always say. So we fire up the T. We're going to track monies in and out. I like to use dollars out, but you can think of that as a debit. You can think of that as a minus sign. This is an opening purchase. That's how we establish this position. Dollars in. I like to use dollars in. Some people like to use credit. Some people like to use a plus. So when we buy the JNT November 75 puts at 11:05, that is money out. Now, I recommend you do things on a per share basis. So even though there's 10 contracts, I would do it on a per share basis. That way, when I'm all done, I can multiply once rather than multiplying through, which means they're going to have all kinds of zeros floating around. Again, it's a buffet. Take what you like, leave what you don't. I like to do it on a per share basis and just remind myself that we're talking about 10 contracts, each governing 100 shares. Okay, it says at expiration, JNT is 61. So you should definitely know that if I have a choice to sell at 75 and the stock is 61, you should definitely know that if this contract has intrinsic value, which it does, I'm going to exercise. So I'm going to buy the stock at 61. I'm going to stick it to somebody at 75. That's what that choice is. So ultimately, that means that I'm out 11:05 for the put contract. I'm out 61 for the stock. So I'm out 72.05. And then I exercised my put. I sold the stock for 75. So I am a happy camper. I've got more money in than money out. So the next thing I would do is shop my answer set. And I would know that I'm going to eliminate any choices offered to me that are a loss. It's a profit. And that alone will give me a 50-50. So what is the difference between money out and money in? The difference between the 75 and the 72.05 is $2.95, 2 points and 95 cents. And we're talking about 10 contracts, each governing 100 shares. And so the answer to this question is this is a $2,950 profit. Now, the other way you could have proceeded is you could have taken the break even, memorized break evens, 75 minus 11.05 to get your break even, compared 61 to that break even. And you could have said, oh, it's 295 in the right direction because this is a bearish transaction. The reason you're a winner here is because you were right about all three things. You have to be a winner to be right. You have to be right about three things. Direction. You said JNT was going to go down. You were correct. You have to be right about how far down, because you got to cover your out-of-pocket costs. If I was really going to teach you options, I'd make you buy one. Once you were out of pocket, you figure out pretty quickly how you break even. So you need to go down at least 11.05 to cover your out-of-pocket cost. Good news, it went down 14 from 75, so that's why you're a winner. And then the last thing you got to be right is about the timing. You're saying all this is going to take place between now and expiration. Again, I think you're a smart bear. There's a lot of foolish bearish transaction you can do, but buying a put is a kind of a smart bear, because if you're wrong, you're just going to lose this premium, right? So long puts are pretty cool. All right, so I hope that was helpful. Remember, inch by inch, Your Series 7 is a cinch, yard by yard. Your Series 7 is hard. If you have any other explication requests, just send them my way. I'm more than happy to explicate those for you.